What's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a video podcast where we go over what's been making waves in the VGC scene. And today I am once again joined by my co-host Adi. Welcome back, Adi. How you doing?
Hello, it's good to be back. I didn't get to get on last week because I was still in Scotland, but yeah, I'm here. We got to record our team report for the EUSC runner up, which is also cool. So we got a lot of Zach Weed on the show, in the last
True,
week,
true.
and now we got a different champion on the show. We have the GC champion and the person who wins every single cup in Seattle as well to preview Seattle regionals. So it's gonna be a fun episode.
Yo, yo. I thought you were talking about the same person. I was like, I ain't seen Billy around here. What are you talking about? But yeah.
He's
Also,
also
you're not
taking
seeing
the flight side off from
you're not seeing Billy on the cam, but Billy is still here. Did win the whole Grand Challenge 5 this weekend. Billy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Cheesing people all weekend was pretty fun. Happy
Yes.
to talk about how that atrocity was formed,
And also
have a
new
good
to
time.
Twitter, so make sure to go drop Billy a follow. Honestly, only doing it after winning the GC. So, kind of funny. Finally, long time coming.
I'm so sorry. I don't understand why you would join this awful platform now. Like I get it when like it's just so far gone. I don't get it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
power to
yeah.
you. I respect you
I
less
agree.
now that you've joined Twitter. Is what I'm
Right?
saying.
It was the platform for people who are already stuck on it, but there's
Right.
no new appeal if you weren't already on it.
Congrats on starting
It's
to
okay
smoke
because
cigarettes, Billy.
yeah, it's okay. I made the agreement to only post ever when I win an event. So the only time I will post is if I win another major event. So
All right, all right. I like that. I like that. Honestly, inspirational. So, anyways, we also have Rapha here, local Seattleite, of course. Actually, not a Seattle player, but the Seattle player. Here going to carry on the legacy of VGC with hats as well. We were talking to Justin Burns about getting him on, and he was just like,
Found
you
the
should get somebody who's a little more active right now. So, Rafa, you've definitely been plenty active, and also you had something to do with that win that Justin had back then, right? You guys were building together, right?
I did, yeah. I guess we'll get into that in a second, but I
For
built the
sure.
team that Justin won Seattle with. He didn't. I guess like a lot of us were working on that team for a while. Justin was the last person who hopped on. I think the week of the event, and he's the
Um,
person who ended up winning it. So
okay, okay, yeah, yeah, definitely. We'll get into that a little bit more in detail when we go through the history of the Seattle like events and stuff. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off. Talk about some of the other subjects. We've got a couple of different things to talk about today, and as well as any questions from people in the chat. You know, if you guys are watching along right now and you're wondering anything, feel free to ask us questions. We'll be reading them as we go. Adi talked about plenty of YouTube videos that have been uploaded on the channel lately, so definitely go check those ones out. Exclamation point YT in the chat. This will also be up on YouTube tomorrow. So if you are watching this right now and you know you won't be able to finish it, or if you prefer to watch us at 2x speed, I'll talk really fast and then I'll try to keep you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't think I can keep that up. But anyways, if you prefer to watch this at like 2x speed or something, you know, you can always go over to the YouTube channel as well. Anyways, first and foremost, though, we're talking about upcoming tournaments and such. And Victory Road, this one I just want to yell about, honestly. I'm sorry, but VR, you've pissed me off this week. Just because I know that they are a European-based tournament group and stuff like that. And I was thinking about how, like, the past weekend, I was like, I could use some extra practice for Seattle Regionals. I'd play in a VR this weekend, but then they didn't do a VR because, of course, that would conflict with the GC ongoing. And I'm like, all right, fine, fair enough. But then as soon as the GC is done, Monday rolls around, they're like, who's ready for a tournament? I'm like, I'm already going to one this weekend. Of course, you're going to host one the same weekend as Seattle. Man, just the EU bias is crazy for this EU biased group. Wow, wow, who would have thought?
it wouldn't be regional weekend if there wasn't a VR tour. I think that's the third time in a row they've done that now, right?
Honestly, they probably do. They probably do. Um,
hmm
which you say
Vegas and
third time in a
Toronto.
row, and that is kind of funny. I'm jumping a little bit ahead here, but it's I was looking down at the bottom of the Seattle page, where it talks about, you know, Justin Burns won the last regional held in Washington or whatever, but then it says Wolf won the last Regulation F regional, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. And then it says set in the United States, and I was like, oh, yeah, I guess, yeah, sure, that is like accurate. Sure. Yeah, the last one was not in the United States. I'm like, I mean, we're like the NA region, but anyway, somebody in the chat said, where is Billy at?
Any
Billy's
excuse to
here,
get his
very
name in
much. Just no camera.
Alex, I don't think you have enough American pride after we beat Canada in the gold medal game for hockey, showing them who's really boss. And so I think that, you got to have the one time you're allowed to have a little pride in your country
That's
is
messed
at the
up, dog.
Olympics.
You know I have enough American pride after what we did in UIC, of course. That was pretty awesome. So,
True. The two cases you're allowed to have American pride.
right. Anyways, VR tournament this weekend for everybody that's not going to Seattle, I guess.
What time is it at? What time to start? I
that's a
actually
good
don't
point.
have locals this weekend, so maybe I'll play, but
8 UTC.
no. See, that's the thing is like they could have started it at a time that worked for like Europeans and East Coast players, but that is 3 a.m. in the morning for me, right? Not a lot of East Coast players going to Seattle. I know Billy is. I think Billy is. Are you going to
I'm
Seattle?
not. I
Okay,
do
so-
not like this format, so I will not be doing any more events for this format.
Same. Yeah. So it's like I could play in this theoretically, but it's at 3 a.m. for the East Coast players. So like they can't even let. I mean, like I don't know. It's like the U.S. is huge. The U.S. is huge. Let the people who are not on the side of the country that are that have this regional at least play. But no, can't even do that.
I love Jimmy's faith in the comments here. Are people really going to play this instead of Champions? The answer is no. No way
So
are they playing this
true.
instead of Champions. Anyways, speaking of, that is actually the next bit of news we have here, and we've been talking about it literally for like the past 18 episodes at this point, so, I'm sorry if you're going to hear some repeat takes, but ultimately this is the week we've been waiting for. We don't actually know what we're going to find out 100%. Rumors are going nuts. But ultimately Friday before Seattle, the Friday before Seattle at 6 a.m. local time for the Seattleites as well. We will know whether or not Pokemon Champions is coming out in time for anything relevant this season. Because, yeah, I think that without a doubt, I've maybe already said this one, but I think that we are going to get Pokemon Champions information probably about the release date. I think at this point it would be absurd. Like, even if the release date is TBD, they would probably put that in this Pokemon Presents. This is where they're going to update on this project, and they're going to say, hey, it's shadow dropping today. Hooray. This is what everybody's coping and hoping for, or some other later release date.
I think it would be kind of absurd for them to not at least have a release date, given it does minimum based on the agreement they made last year that Worlds will be on Champions. It has to be within the next 6 months. It has to be or actually within 5 months at this point. It has to release, and surely it would release well before Worlds. At least you would hope. So I think to say that they wouldn't release a date would be kind of crazy, but I also am very doubtful that it will actually release on the Presents Day. I think that would be that's very ambitious to think that would be the case.
Yeah. I like this is when you think about what are they going to showcase in the Pokemon Presents, right? Talking more broadly about it, I expect a trailer for Champions, right? I think we got the first trailer last year on Pokemon Day, and yeah, it'd be surprising if they didn't have a little more information about it, which obviously we are very excited about. I really believed that it would come out on Pokemon Day until the announcement of the Fire Red, Leaf Green ports that are coming out on Pokemon Day. And we'll talk about this in a second because this has been the talk of the town in the stuff that's come out around Pokemon Day has been the talk of the town on social media, and we don't have much to talk about today, so we're going to talk about all this Pokemon Day stuff. But yeah, for as far as Pokemon Champions goes, they're not going to shadow drop 2 games on the same day. That just doesn't make sense from a business perspective, right? The entire point of releasing it on immediately after the Pokemon Presents is that people are excited. They just watch this. They're like, wow, that was so hype. I'm going to go download it right now. And people are going to do that for Fire Red and Leaf Green. And especially more casual players, like we think of Pokemon Champions as a really, really huge deal. There's a lot of people who do not see it as a really big deal. And those are people who we want to try it out. And those people, if they have to decide between booting up Fire Red, Leaf Green as soon as it comes out or booting up Pokemon Champions as soon as it comes out, are going to boot up Fire Red and Leaf Green. And that's why they would never, ever release those 2 things at the same time. It just doesn't make sense. So the dream is dead. Sadly, Pokemon Champions can pretty confidently say will not be coming out on Pokemon Day. But like Billy said, I really hope we get, at the very least, a release date. And of course, all of us will be hanging on to any morsel of information that we get. Any morsel of information we get, I'm sure like we'll make it into every single YouTuber's YouTube videos. Like we'll be talking about it on Tub Takes. Of course, we'll probably talk more about whatever they talk about for Champions on Tub Takes next week than we will about Seattle Regionals on Tub Takes next week. That's just the truth.
They need to give me something, man. Please. Yeah, I think that I'm with you on the leaf green thing. At the same time, it's not like it doesn't give me like 100% without a shadow of a doubt the possibility existing, just because like Champions is supposed to be free to play, right? I believe. So at the very least, it wouldn't technically steal sales from the from Fire Red Leaf Green, I think. But yeah, it does seem just a lot more unlikely.
I think also, but you wouldn't like. I'm assuming Champions is like a marketing thing to kind of appeal to the casual player a lot more, because the people who are in competitive, they were going to play Champions either way. They were going to get the game and play it all the time.
True.
So I think if you want to appeal to the casual player base, you shouldn't release a game that literally is tailored to appeal to the casual player base of people who haven't played all the way back then, or they just want to replay it because they love casual playthroughs now. And so it just drives interest completely away from it, and it doesn't make sense.
Nah, that's a good point. Very, very good point. I mean, talking about the leaf green thing, that's kind of its own funny can of worms. It definitely, I guess the full story on that is that it got like put on the eShop early, right? Is that how the like quote leak, whatever the accidental posting happened? It seems like they wanted to just like shadow drop this on Pokemon Day. In fact, it would be kind of wild for them to announce at 12:07 PST AM on a, what was this, February 20th? I can't remember which day it was exactly. The 20th was Friday. Yeah, midnight on a Friday, for them to just be like, by the way, on Pokemon Day, at the start of Pokemon Day, we're releasing this game. Like, that's not how announcements work. Hilarious.
Can I complain for a sec? Also, like, why is it Fire Red Leaf Green? Like, this is like the 20th time we've been to Kanto now. Like, why is it not Emerald or Platinum or something else, you know?
I think it's more because it's the 30th anniversary. They were the first games to ever come out. So it kind of had, they're like, oh, play the same game that we started off the entire thing with on the 30th anniversary. So we're going to give you the same product that we did 30 years ago. Just better graphical updates.
It's a remake of a remake.
Like, yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Exactly. It's literally a remake. It's a port of a remake. And maybe it's because we are old. We're all old, and we've like not only played the originals, but then also like we're excited for the remakes in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I don't know about you guys, but like I know I played Fire Red and Leaf Green on my Game Boy Advance when I was a kid. And so it's a game that I'm pretty sure I still have somewhere. And then on top of that, they've already remade the Kanto region on in Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, right? So we've already gone back to the region as well, and they've also ported over Red and Blue, I believe, onto the Virtual Console as well. So like, there's a whole lot of ways to play this game already. I'm not excited about it. I'm not going to get it.
No, me neither.
Go ahead, Rapha.
There's also like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, like that where you can play Kanto on. So this is like the millionth time we've been on this region.
I also don't love how this looks for other, like, I don't know, GBA era Pokemon games, because they just realized they're like, we can make more money than this on this than putting them on the whatever you call the Virtual Boy things that they have, the emulators that you can get through a online family plan. It's like, yeah, we're just gonna put all the games that you never played growing up on there. You can play them for free with your with your monthly or yearly subscription. But this one, they're like, yeah, we could probably squeak a little bit more out of this one. So how about Pokemon charges you $17 or whatever for it? What is it actually? Is it 17? I can't remember.
20.
20? It's just flat 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
I think that
if you were to buy, if you were to buy Fire Red Leaf Green, like just on Facebook Marketplace or something, that thing costs like $200.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I guess it is a little bit cheaper.
No, that's the least nice. And honestly, playing on your Switch, that's pretty fun. And I don't know, people are curious about home connectivity. I think this is actually most relevant to like literally you, Rafa. You're the Pokemon that you're the person that's always bringing Pokemon from the oldest possible game, if you can. Like you're gonna boot up Fire Red, Leaf Green and get yourself a an Ursa ring that you can bring to be an Ursaluna ultimately in modern day or something. That's what you're waiting for.
And
that is literally what
the
I
way,
did. The Dragonite that I
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, you said you wanted home compatibility. Originally, when they announced it, they had some text saying that it would be home compatible, and then they deleted that text later on. So we don't actually know if it will be compatible with Pokemon Home. We think it will be. Maybe not right away, but eventually it should be. But we don't actually know that.
Carlos asks here in the chat,
I was
when
just
do you guys
mentioning
think
how
Champions will release? Let's get to that question in just a second. Rafa, I'll let you finish what you were saying. Sorry.
Sure, good.
No. I was saying you go ahead
When
and
will
finish
it
what you were
release?
saying.
Oh, okay. Hey, like the Dragonite that I used at Vegas was literally from Fire Red that I had to borrow from somebody.
Oh
And
my
at
gosh.
Toronto, the Ursaluna that I used was from Emerald. So
Yes,
literally
yes.
the oldest games possible that I could transfer from.
They still are. Right?
A friend of mine gave me shout out to Lisa. She got me Smeargold, the model for paintings.
Yes.
That for
Hell yeah.
Nats last
That's
year,
awesome.
which is super cool. And that's why, like, if this was actually, and if this was on Ruby Sapphire Emerald, I would have been a lot more excited because I do love the marks from Ruby Sapphire Emerald. But Fire Red and Leaf Green, I don't think it has as cool marks as the Hoenn games. Rapha, you might be able to correct me on that.
It has one singular one, which is just the champion, which I think is pretty cool, but Emerald does have more. Like it has all the contests and the model for paintings.
The champion is cool. All right, back to that question from Carlos here in the chat. When do you guys think Champions will release? So I actually put out a new-ish take that in the Tub Takes channel because I was like, this GC got me thinking that specifically if they were hosting basically I'm thinking about how Japan is going to qualify for the World Championships this year. And at this point, they probably have a bit of a better idea than we do about when Pokemon Champions is coming out, I would hope, at least. And so it made me think that because this Grand Challenge was a Grand Challenge and not a global challenge, that basically, I think that they are going to be ready to put us on Champions sooner than later. Again, maybe this is cope, but basically, I think that this would have been a global challenge, and Japan would have been qualifying on Scarlet and Violet if Champions was truly some much farther away later date. I think that they probably, what this is telling me is that maybe they needed to delay just for one more online tournament cycle, and that the next time around, they can make it a global challenge, ideally, and get Japan and the rest of the TPC regions to qualify on a bit of a truncated schedule or something like that. So, I mean, again, this is all different flavors of cope. You can just call it whatever you want. But I feel like this would have been a global challenge, and Japan would have been competing if Champions was being pushed much later in the season.
Yeah, I think that
I have no idea.
the delaying of the global challenges is notable because they have what? Is it 4 this year or is it 3 global challenges? I forget how many they do for qualifying this year. Because if it's 4, then yeah, if it's 3 this year and they're having one, so they could have one at the latest in June. I believe we were scheduled to have one in May, so the latest they could have possible is June, but that wouldn't make any sense because of Japan Nats. So
right,
it could just be something as simple as we part of Pokemon didn't realize that Fire Red Leaf Green was releasing on Pokemon Day, so to further the actual interest in Champions, they had plans to release it on this day, but because of that, it has to be delayed into like further into the month, which then could make which would make a lot more sense because of the fact that the global challenge is being delayed. Because you wouldn't put them on Reg I for an entire time. You would just run it as scheduled if it was Reg I or some Scarlet and Violet format. So the more than likely plausible answer is the communication was not proper, and because they didn't want to release 2 games at the same time, they had it ready and available to release it today, but or yeah, like as in on Pokemon Day, but they are unable to do it because it would be bad for business because it would be two conflicting games at the same time being released.
Could be.
So you think it's going to be
I
in
feel like
like
that's always
2
been the
weeks?
case,
Is what
though,
you're
right?
saying?
It's like
I'm saying it's a very real possibility that they actually had poor communication and the game is ready and will be released very soon because of that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean that's always been the case, right? That TPCI and Game Freak has never been they've never been great about communicating when things would happen. Like we don't have an in-game ladder, for example, which I think is kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
Always been the case.
But I don't know if that's true for release dates. I feel like release dates are planned out way, way more ahead of time. Like, especially something as big as the 30th anniversary Pokemon Day.
Yeah.
That is not something they are scrambling to put together. That is something they have had planned for months, right? Like people have been in meetings figuring out exactly what is going to be on Pokemon Day on February 27th, 2026, literally since at least last July, if not before that.
Right.
So I don't think that it was like, and we were supposed to release they said they were gonna release Fire and Leaf Green, but we wanted to release Champions. That's not gonna I don't think that's the case. Now
I
maybe they
agree.
had planned it the entire time to actually release it later on. But I think that Alex, thing is, I agree with you. I think it's really weird that they announced that we would have the global challenges. We'd have the global challenge. They announced we'd have the last grand challenge in May, and instead we had the fifth and last, theoretically last grand challenge this month, indicating that the next 3 months will be global challenges, which are used to qualify for Japan Nationals and Korean Nationals. But what you were saying about the communication is less Pokemon Day and more probably with respect to uh, JCS, right? I think Play Pokemon and TPC and people who organize the Japanese circuit probably have poor communication with the company as a whole, and I think that's what might have caused the miscommunication that led to the global challenges being pushed back or reordered, more so than Pokemon Champions got delayed or something like that.
Somebody was mentioning it in the chat here as well, that the calendar is usually out by now for Japan's season, like when their tournaments are going to be. So obviously there are there's so many things that are probably being reorganized this season based on what is an inevitable, Champions was delayed in some way, shape, or form because this doesn't seem to be going according to plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I could see it coming out in 2 weeks. That I wouldn't be shocked to say if you told me, yeah, it's coming out mid-March and that we actually still do have it. The tournaments in April are still on Champions. It would be, again, I think I said this in my video. The fastest turnaround we've ever had is 2 weeks, and that was for EUIC 2016.
Right.
But where Sun and Moon just came out, and then 2 weeks later the first tournaments happened. So that's the precedent that we have, and I think that's the most that is the quickest turnaround that you could reasonably ask for. But that's still asking a lot out of tournament organizers who have heard nothing, who do not know how we're going to handle, for example, having tournaments that have phone compatibility and Switch
Right.
compatibility, and we don't know anything about how that works, right? There's a lot of stuff that they have to figure out before they can host a tournament. I really think we probably need at least a month to really feasibly do this, unless the tournament mode in Pokemon Champions is really, really good and just really robust and makes it very, very easy to do. We probably need more than 2 weeks to do it.
Right.
And so, yeah, I don't know. I think that I would suspect that means that Champions, my Doomer brain is telling me that Champions is going to come out right after NAIC or soon or around that time. NAIC will be on Scarlet and Violet. We'll have one more regulation in Scarlet and Violet, and then Champions will be the first event of Champions will be the World Championships, and they'll have a lot more time to plan that out. That's my current most likely scenario, but really it might just be the Champions does not coincide cleanly with the regulations that we have and Japan Nationals qualifiers and all these other things, and it could just drop randomly in May, could just drop sometime in April, and we'll just have to. And they Play Pokemon is just well, we'll just have to figure out what we're gonna do for the month or two that we are still on Scarlet and Violet, where we didn't think we'd be on Scarlet and Violet, and we'll just have to see what happens there. I don't know.
I want to ask everybody for a quick response on this one. Just going around the group here. because somebody said return to Reg I, baby. I've seen mixed feelings on this. Do you guys think that we will get another Scarlet and Violet format, or is it Reg F until we finish, until it's champions? So, Rapha, what do you think?
I'm guessing it's Reg I, just because, like, I would say there's no precedent that we've had where we had 2 formats back to back like that, but at the same time, it's like we're sort of in uncharted waters, right? Where we're expecting a game to come out, but we don't know when it's coming out. And I know it just, I don't know, vibes wise, it just feels like they love double restricteds for whatever reason. And we've only done that once so far. So I think
We've
that's
only
the most
done
likely.
it once. So only once. Billy, what do you think? Do you think it's
I don't
F
hate it,
or
like,
I?
it's fine.
I think I is most likely the way that they would do it for 2 reasons. One being they haven't asked, oh, what would you want the next format to be if it were on Scarlet and Violet, which is I would imagine they'd keep doing the same, they would do that same thing and keep that same trend if they actually were going to do a format that was previous to Reg I. Another thing also is both ICs this year have repeated a format that has been the same IC. It was Reg H for LAIC, and it was Reg F for EUIC, and both of them have repeated. So my guess is they would repeat all 3 ICs, and it would be a Reg I.
Billy,
IC
I
for
hate that
reason.
pattern. I hate that pattern. Shut up, dude.
It-
Please
See,
stop.
That's so funny. That's so sad too. That like it's because if you don't go to if you don't go travel for ICs, then yeah, you are stuck playing one format a lot more than any of the other formats, depending on what region you happen to be living in.
Mhm.
Wow, dude. Europe loves Reg F. Europe loves it.
Yeah, and I honestly I think LATAM probably loves Reg H. That seems like a very LATAM coded format. So I might be for the better. And we know how NA always does well in double restricted, right? So it does kind of work out.
We didn't win our own region or our own
Is that a
national and
thing?
double restricted.
We won worlds. We won worlds.
We did win worlds. I liked Big Living Organisms.
We didn't have any in top 8 of any IC, did
idea
we?
earlier. Champions releases on the 27th.
I'm
Trainers, you
forgetting.
have 1 hour to get your teams ready. I hope that they shadow drop Champions and we still have to use it for Seattle. I've been preparing for the wrong format this whole time. I'm ready for a format
Now-
where I don't have to look at Raging Bolt anymore. Real. Pokemon Champions should come out before the end of the Japanese fiscal year, which is April 1st. It's like not a bad theory there. Not like terrible, I guess.
Why before the end of the fiscal year? I don't know what that has to do with when they would release a game. Right,
I think we're coping as much as possible.
yeah.
yeah,
It's kind of it's just a date that happens to, like, I don't know. Now notably, if the new format, this format is supposed to end April 1st or March 31st, which means that even if Champions doesn't come out, even if they don't say anything about it on Pokemon Presents, we normally get the new format on the date of the ladder reset. So we should get the new format, regardless of what it is, whether it's Champions or not, on March 1st. So we should know that for Tub Takes next week. Yeah.
It's
We'll
on the
hopefully
day.
know
It's
the
the
new
last day of the
format.
month. The last day of the month is when the format is announced. It's always the last day. So it'd be the 20th.
Or rather, the first
So
day,
it would literally
like
be
kind of like the middle of the day,
No,
kind of transition thing, like last day for us.
It's the day. It's genuinely the day of the month after. So it's I think last time, like the last 3 format announcements have been in this case it would be the 28th, but it's been the 31st every single time that they've announced the format.
Right.
Yeah. So Tub Takes next week will be very exciting because we'll probably have a new format to talk about, Champions information to talk about, and then maybe we'll talk about Seattle Regionals too. I don't know.
So true. They could
You
announce
love
it during
Rega.
Seattle streams.
They could announce it during the Seattle stream or something like they did with Reg F. Did they do that for Reg F? Was that a thing they did?
Was Regulation F announced during like I don't know actually. Was it announced like during Worlds or something? I actually really do not remember the first Reg F announcement.
Neither do I, but
would've
it
been
would be
December,
really
right?
exciting.
Yeah, so that is something else that it does remind me. We're kind of jumping all over the place here, but it's still like relevant enough because this is the type of stuff, the type of subject matter for this question I was going to ask later. But like, what kind of Pokemon Day tie-ins do you think they'll do for Seattle Regionals? Like, are we doing anything kind of fun? Like, I don't really know. Like, they're probably not going to do the actual announcements there. They're doing all the announcements, at the Pokemon Presents on Friday, right? Like, so I guess like it might just be another another day in the, it just feels like it should be more special that it's Pokemon Day weekend in the city that hosts um
Yeah.
TBCI, but I don't actually know what they would do besides yeah, they could definitely have the commentators dress up
And
and stuff
Nintendo.
like that. That could be fun. They could definitely pull in some of the Pikachu mascots as well. But like, I'm curious. Yeah, I don't have any ideas though. So maybe this is a bad question.
Well,
I
one
hadn't
thing
thought about it, but I feel like I don't know if they did that with regionals. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I think the commentators might do something fun for that, but I don't know if the Pokemon Company is doing anything special. One thing I will say is that I got invited to a YouTube thing for Pokemon Day. I get a lot of emails. It's always like, fly yourself out to Los Angeles if you want to participate and sign up for this, and maybe you'll get selected. But there's a Pokemon thing for Pokemon content creators in Los Angeles on Pokemon Day. And obviously, I'm not flying to Los Angeles for this, but like, yeah, they are doing something with YouTube at least, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
You notably also said Los Angeles, which means it's nowhere near the regional in terms of doing something special. So I think that would indirectly be confirmation that there is nothing
Right.
special happening at the actual regional itself.
Party hats and goodie bags for everyone on the giant citrus berry cake. So
notably, what I got invited to was not through the Pokemon Company; it was through YouTube. So for whatever that means, like Pokemon is probably doing all sorts of stuff, but yeah.
It's it doesn't sound like it's super official.
It just feels like there's too much going on with the fact that we're going back to Seattle when it didn't seem like it was legally allowed to be, and it just happens to coincide with like Pokemon Day. So like you would expect something to happen, but I also don't really know if we're gonna.
I know. I've also heard a lot of people say that we're not coming back to Seattle as well because we have a higher minimum wage than other areas, and so they probably aren't loving that they have to pay their judges and staff more. So, anyways,
oh my God.
These tournaments have reached the point where I don't think they can skimp on that. I don't think that like they're getting thousands and thousands of people now. It's not like they're hosting a 500-person event where they're like, how are we going to make ends meet? I mean, they're charging us $80 for a regional and have thousands and thousands of people signing up. They're good. They're good. They're fine. If that was the reason in the past, it's certainly not the reason any longer.
Yeah, people just be saying stuff, and you know what?
Seattle
When
cap, by the way, I don't actually know that.
Did it cap? Okay,
they did.
Got it. Yeah, I can pull that up in a second.
Well,
let's go. Go ahead, Audie.
Well, before we talk about the GC, I feel like we have time to do one more thing about Pokemon Day, which is they did the whole Pokemon 30 pictures. Do you guys see that? That's all over my timeline. Like that one. Yeah, those. I'm a hater, dude. I was like, what are these? Everyone's posting them. They're so excited about it. And like, this is just the number 30, like different color, and then just the Pokemon sprite on top of it. Like, these are nothing. These are so nothing. And everyone's going crazy over them. And I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Addy hates Pokemon. That's what's the get. They're fun. Like they're just kind of innocent.
Kind of curious. Are they like not original sprites? Like, I've looked at some of them, and I feel like some of the sprites look a little bit abnormal or different, but then some of the other ones look like just the literal, like, most common version of their sprite. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think they might have done special ones for the popular Pokemon, and then left the less popular Pokemon out to dry a little bit, and just done generic ones.
Right. Somebody, Audie, I don't know if Aquamarine has captured you correctly. They said you guys like the keys dangling in front of your face, like you're just like, woo, Pokemon, yay!
Yes, exactly. Come on, have higher standards for what you expect from the franchise that you love. Like people, and this is something that I've seen for like other franchises as well. Like, don't get me wrong, like we're all not just Pokemon fans. Like I love Game of Thrones, and I'm like. Or like I like all sorts of stuff, and it's like Dune. Some of the stuff that they dangle in front of you really is just like the lowest of the low, and people will eat it up. People will eat up any of the stuff they put in front of you, and it's kind of sad. Like you can have some standards for the franchises that you love. Not that it's like a bad thing that they are having. I think originally what they did was they put these out in like a train station in Japan, and that's pretty cool. Like that's fine. But then Pokemon community took it and ran with it and was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, no, this is like a little thing that they did for like a train station in Japan. That's cool for the train station. It's not something that we need to make like a phenomenon on Twitter. But
Right.
here we are.
Yep.
I'd take it over the other Twitter content we get, though. You know,
So, sometimes that's
fun.
true. Yeah,
I don't
right,
hate
right.
it.
Adi is multi-fandom, dude. Have you ever heard that stupid term before? I hate it. It's so stupid. It's like a younger generation thing where they're like, I'm multi-fandom, which is like, they're like, what does that mean? It means I like more than one thing. And I'm like, okay, I think we all do.
They've developed the critical thinking skills. Just a
Yes,
little
dude.
bit.
Anyways, those are the people that are like 84 GXE clapping you on ladder because they just spent nothing but all their days laddering. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to talking about the GC here. We'll do a little bit of Seattle preview. But Billy, you ended up winning the whole thing with, I think you were telling me this, so you'll have to back it up, but the highest score we've seen this season. Was that correct?
No, it wasn't the highest score.
Okay.
But I was going off of I was going off of the senior division. I didn't realize it was juniors and seniors. I thought it was the biggest margin of victory. But we don't know who number 2 is still to this day, so I have no idea how many points I won to. Because I thought the juniors and seniors was for masters.
If I'm seeing
So wait.
blank on 2 and 5, I think one of those is Wolf, right? I believe that's what the word on the street was. Wolf was
Word of the street is Wolf got second, but we don't know that for sure.
Got it.
Yeah, I did not see or play him at any point in time, so I would have no idea.
Well, yeah, ultimately, I don't know when we'll find out. Actually, we'll find out the rating when they post the full results, right? Which that's usually
they haven't posted it on Pokemon.com yet, like where you like see all your results and everything. Once they post it there, you'll see who placed where.
And so, Bill, you ended up playing like 39 games, right? I believe 39. And
yes, I believe my overall record was 33-6.
And yeah, you're ready to talk about the team today, which I think you reworked a concept that you found, right? Go ahead and tell us about it.
So actually, this idea stems all the way back to the last GC. So my friend Jared Angster, he was using something very similar to this in a previous GC, and he was doing really well with it. I think he peaked at like number 3 at some point in time, but then had a couple unfortunate things happen, and didn't have like a really like high finish. It was still a great finish. I think it was like top 64 or something, like global, but not really something that everyone catches their eye on. So because I was focusing on EUIC, I didn't have a whole lot of time to build a team that I actually wanted or like knew I could build all 6 Pokemon. I was like, you're good at GCs. You've had pretty good consistent GC results. Let me try your team and see how it works. So Indeedee Iron Crown, Fluttermane Iron Hands, like with the Belly Drum Iron Hands, the Belly Drum Iron Hands with Trick Room Fluttermane was like all his concept. But he wasn't using, it was Roaring Moon and Whimsicott. I believe it was based on like a Japanese team like very long time ago. It's the same guy that uses like Shadow Rider with Iron Hands. He uses Trick Room Shadow Rider. Absolutely crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And so the Flutter was originally Wikiberry, but I feel like the Flutter wanted to act more like it was trying to threaten something, because if you don't see the item on Fluttermane, you didn't know what it was, so I threw the booster on there because the Assault Vest was already on the Iron Crown. Because that item was already not changing.
This team had crazy sentence.
Yeah, right? This team had absolutely no Dondozo matchup. So I was like, well, what Mon answers Dondozo? Is this like a hard check? Or what move, rather? And originally it was Haze Dragonite with Scale Shot next to Chenpao. And he suggested, oh, what if we just ran Haze Chenpao and just had no Protect and we had Banded Dragonite next to it? And yeah, so we ran multi-scale choice band specifically because it's GC Tech. You see Banded Dragonite, you think that thing's multi-scale or inner focus. You're not going to fake it out most of the time anyway. So it being like a late game sweeper and not really seeing an Incineroar in front of it most of the time, added multi-scale just so it lives everything. Haze Chenpao won me so many games. And I also cannot express enough, not having Protect on Chenpao literally didn't matter, because I think I won 3 games separately, all because they thought the Chenpao could Protect and it just couldn't. It just didn't have it on the team. Where they would double the other slot And it's really funny too because all 5 other Pokemon, or maybe not Indeedee, but all 4 other Pokemon probably have Protect, and then the one Mon who definitely shouldn't have Protect is the one that does.
Right.
That was kind of the thing that it was built around. Is just there's not a single Pokemon that's normal about it. I also saw notably that a lot of people called it an Iron Crown Side Spam team. I think I brought that Mon to 4 or 5 games at max. It was a Flutter Iron Hands team, like it's the Belly Drum cheese, but it has an Iron Crown on it. I think it came to Dozo and Hard Trick Room, and that was all it ever came to. There was no other purpose it served. It did its job for the matches that it did come to, but definitely did not think I definitely think Iron Crown would be replaceable if you were to try anything different. So it's just GC cheese that entirely focuses on you have no idea what's going on, and if you don't have a clue what's going on, you're going to lose immediately to Belly Drum Rock Slide.
Yes. I gotta say though, the very least, the Iron Crown, especially like we talk about like team sheet pressure in open team sheet, team preview pressure in closed sheet is super, super relevant. You know, you're selling a story to your opponent with the Pokemon that you're presenting them with, and you're honestly selling a completely different lead when you lead Iron Hands plus Fluttermane. They're worried about taking a Fake Out plus a Moonblast to the face with the booster doing so much damage, and so they're like, you know, let's play a little more passively here. Let's let them get off that Fake Out, and then it's actually just Trick Room Belly Drum. It's so fun.
Yeah, I think I led Fluttermane Iron Hands into probably 30 of my 39 games and clicked Trick Room Belly Drum for almost every single one of those games.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, because if you don't expect it and you're sitting in front of Fake Out Dazzling Gleam from Special Attack Booster Flutter or Fake Out Moonblast, you have to respect it because, prime example, someone could run, say, God forbid, there's another Reg FGC. You could see someone running this team and they just click Fake Out into you turn 1 and you just lose the game immediately because you just let a Special Attack Booster Flutter just attack or just nuke your Mons with Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam.
Right. I my personal anecdote is that while practicing for this GC, I didn't do a ton of practice, and obviously I didn't do too hot either. But I played against Iron Hands Flutter, and I was like, I know what this is up to. I've seen this before, the Belly Drum Trick Room stuff. I doubled the Flutter, it Terra Watered, survived my double up, and I still just lost hard. And I was just like, oh man, like I'm just embarrassed now. I knew it was gonna happen, and I couldn't even stop it.
Yeah, that happened a couple times where some of the crazier things that Flutter lived because it is literally just max. I lived a +1 Iron Head from Corviknight. It's super effective. I just didn't tear it because Corviknight is not normally running a steel move. It lived +1 Iron Head. That was kind of crazy. It lived +2 Dire Claw from Sneasler on that like Swagger Lumberry team. So the Flutter, when you invest a shit ton of bulk, it kind of just lives everything. Unless you're like
especially
really hard, especially with Terra Water, like you have to really hard commit to killing it, and it makes it you lose a lot of resources if you don't immediately kill it. And another thing with Chien-Pao Dragonite that I wanted to have on the team is I felt like if I wasn't getting the cheese off, the game would just be over and I would just lose the game. But Chien-Pao Dragonite has so much capability to just win games on its own that there were times that I didn't even need to click Belly Drum and I would just turn 1, click like Rock Slide, Trick Room, and the game was just over off of that.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I love it. I love the fun stuff in the GC. I mean, we've seen a decent amount of players do well with their conventional best of 3 regional teams this season. And so this is what I'm talking about. This is the stupid stuff that does well, taking advantage of the fact that we are playing best of 1 closed team sheet. And yeah, people are talking in the chat about what Wolf was running, potentially maybe running a version of his team from EUIC or maybe Trailer's team. Honestly, I think I wouldn't be surprised. I know Aaron and Wolf build together often, and I'm pretty sure that's lining up with what people are telling me the Pokemon were. So I could see that. I could see him. Let's see here. So yes, mystery 2nd place. I bet it's probably Wolf, but I think the mystery 5th place could be Wolf as well. Let's see. Maddie still just using the no, not quite the Sunny Bear team. Oh, this is the team Maddie still used in a different tournament, right?
He brought this
Birmingham?
to UIC, I think.
I believe probably did, but I think got like top 4 in Birmingham with it, maybe.
Yeah.
Let me grab a Cut Explorer tab to but I think it's just that. So this is pretty much exactly what I was talking about, where people are just doing well with conventional teams. Yeah, Matty Morgan just using all the same stuff here already. So let me see. Based off of EUIC, look all up. Aaron, not Aaron Lee, Aaron Trailer. Although, wait, maybe people didn't say Torkel. Maybe there wasn't a Torkel on the ones that people are saying in the Twitch chat.
Someone in chat is saying Booster Flutter, Water Pond, Instant Lando for Rick Wims.
Which I do believe is almost his exact EUIC team.
Well,
I think he had Torkel on EUIC. I'm talking about Wolfie's team specifically. I think he had Wellspring. I think he had Torkel.
He didn't have the Wims though, right?
Yeah, so that could be like the one change that he made from one to
No,
the
because
other.
then it's at least 2 degrees off, right? Because Torkel is gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So yeah, it would be Landorus. Landorus Whimsicott would be the new Mons that show up.
Right.
I mean, it seems like, and he was Booster Flutter as well. It seems like this is a different team, but a lot of the same like picks that he is very comfortable with, right? Like Wolf loves using for Rigoraph, even though it's not super high in usage. He just likes using that Pokemon. He's very comfortable using it, and so, and also like it is a very consistent Pokemon in what it does, and so it makes sense that he would like that, and so. Yeah, I think that is a very, very Wolf team, even if it's not the same team that he ran or Aaron ran at EUIC.
I think it's a blend. I think it's probably just a blend of the two teams, genuinely.
Yeah, and I think like it's one of those things where obviously we see like Matty doing really well with the team that he had been using before. But I do think that if I queue into OT Wolf, the first thing I'm doing is pulling up his EUIC team, right? Especially if it looks even remotely similar to his EUIC team, I'm pulling it up and I'm comparing against that. And if he is running that team verbatim, then he's going to be at a disadvantage. So making some changes does make a lot of sense, and just to keep people on their toes a little bit more.
Yeah.
True. So MDB was saying over in Tub that he lost his win and in, unfortunately, for win and win, whatever you want to call it. Was at like 1820 something, and was saying that the math would have worked out. I don't know if it would or wouldn't have. Ultimately lost to a double protect, as he said here, and was just using Brian Collins' hard TR team. So
he did also notably lose to me when I believe he was 1808. Why? Because someone completely separate from him had actually passed me at 1813. I would assume it was Wolf, and he just never ended up catching back up. But MDB did play me at probably one of the highest ranked games ever, because I think I was 1813 at the time, and he was 1808.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I forgot to ask about that part. So you hit first after how many games exactly?
I hit first. So the first time that I hit 1800 was at 25 games. I had, or no, it was 26 games, because I'd only lost 2 or 3 games at that point.
Sure.
Then then I was past like later in the day, lost 2 games. I missed a Helping Hand +6 Rock Slide, and then double missed a Helping Hand Rock Slide, and then after that I double missed a +6 Rock Slide into Incineroar and Fluttermane, and then got Flare Blitz crit burned, and then Moonblast crit.
No.
So that wasn't exactly a fun day. But
no.
And then after that I eventually climbed back to the 1800s, and only got past one time at 1813, and then no one ever passed me again after I played MDB and got I think I got like 16 points from it, and no one ever ended up passing me after.
Mm-hmm. That is a ton.
Do you remember what
points.
time you were at number 1? Because like the meta is supposed to be like you're a little bit under the top placement. Right?
No, I was number 1 ever since I think Alex can I think we can probably timestamp this, because I sent it to Alex like early when I was number 1. I think I was as early as like I think it was 3 a.m. yesterday, and then I didn't really have anyone. Where I was 1813, and then I only had one person pass me. Yeah, it was 2:30 in the morning. That I was number 1, and I had one person pass me at 1813, played a game, and never got passed again after that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. There's a lot of ratings to be gained in like the last hours as well, like when people are starting to separate themselves a little bit more. So the fact that you got there like pretty early. Like in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't really doing. I also played a couple games at number one, even when I was already number one. I think I was like 1780 and number one at the time. But I was going off the statistics of the last couple of GCs. I was like, oh, if I get to 1815, like around that 1815 to 1820 range, I'll be guaranteed number one NA and potentially
Yeah.
win the whole thing. So I wanted to get to that like 1815 number, got to 1813 eventually, and then only, yeah, like I said, I got past once at some point. So yeah, there was someone that was above 1815 at some point, but yeah, I'm not sure if it was Wolf or MDB or whoever it was, but they did end up either losing or not playing after that game.
Looking like a decent NA run for this GC. I'm seeing a lot of the American flag as well. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Some of the other teams. Jim here used Zorark. Of course. No, that's awesome. Honestly, I'm wondering if it's similar to the Zorark team that won in Australia, or if it's just a completely different Zorark team.
Is Jim the player who won?
No, this is a different
that
person.
was Drew Bliss.
He's thanking Australian players, however, so I would assume it's probably something very similar, if not the exact same thing.
Right. That's what I'm wondering. Don't have too much to say on that one. Marcus, of course, just running still the same stuff, which is funny though, because like, not even like Dozo is a Pokemon or a build of a team that can like do a lot of devious stuff in closed sheets, and I think a lot of people actually like loaded up Marcus's 6 with like different sets for the purpose of tricking people. And it looks like Marcus just loaded up the second place build almost exactly. Can't really say. Maybe there's some tricks in the sets, but all the items are exactly the same. So wouldn't be surprised if just took top 8 in the GC with exactly the same paste, which I don't know. Dozo's always going to do well in GCs and stuff, but like at least this was like almost like a spelled out Dozo. Like it's doing exactly what it's saying it's going to do, and we're still losing to it.
It's the most honest Dozo you're gonna find in the GC.
Right. But there's no such thing as an honest Dozo, of course. Of course. Ooh, we got a clip in this one. What is? Oh, I remember seeing this one. This was the Terra Poison Blast or Shifu or Pow. I like that. That's a pretty funny because, like, again, just taking a very unassuming team, a team that's already proven to do well with sets that people might expect, and then it turns out that like you hit that Urshifu with a Thunderclap and it lives, and you're like, no, that's not allowed, or your Ogerpon drops to a Terra Poison Blast.
Yeah, I guess this team does have a bit of a Wellspring weakness. It's just have a bunch of Pokemon that don't deal well with like a bulky water
and
type.
running Sludge Bomb.
I guess if you can cheese it with Chien-Pao.
I like the Clear Smog. I think it was the GC for being ready for Dozo. So many. I feel like there was a lot of evil Dozo builds going around. In fact, we're definitely going to jump over to one in just a second here. But yeah, I feel like there was like that Drifblim build, and I was seeing that, and I was like, everyone's going to like all the worst Dozo players that you know. Like not worst in terms of skill, but just like the Dozo fiends were like drooling seeing Drifblim combined with that.
I played that team, and they proceeded to minimize all 3 times and fully get their Dozo set up behind a sub, clicked Haze turn 1, and they disconnected immediately after that.
Yes!
They saw the Chien-Pao click Haze and did not want to see the rest of the turn. And
that's what it's all about. Let me see. I think Carson did post the team. Just didn't post anything about it. It was funny because I thought Carson posted about the team. No, just the rating. Sure, dude. I played against Edu, and I should have won, and I just played bad. It was on stream. He fell for my team's main trick, which is the turn 1 he faked out my Covert Cloak Bolt, and I still lost. So that was on me. But it was like I could have prevented this. I was like, this was partially my fault. Like, you know, whatever. Just like, it's just funny. He was just using boring stuff, honestly. Meanwhile, I was trying to cheese boring stuff, and I did a bad job of it. My bad. But yeah, boring team, whatever. Let's see. I think I skipped over 2 here. Did I do this one? Heatran stuff. Honestly, don't really know if this is like a carbon copy of a build I've seen before, but yeah, just balance with Heatran, sure. Let's see, Jackson here had what is this exactly? It's like, yeah, it is 2/2/2-ish. Just has Wellspring and Bolt rounding it out. Actually, that's just my Portland team with one different guy, right? Obviously, a lot of different sets and stuff. But I think I had Entei over this guy. And then otherwise...
The fish is a quite different Pokemon.
Oh, of course. It's actually good. Entei, terrible. But yes, okay, so... Otherwise, I mean, honestly, this team doesn't look like it's doing anything too dishonest. Looks like a lot of, like, just strong Pokemon. Good stuff.
Yeah.
We got to stop saying 2/2/2. I hope that when we go to Champions, the 2/2/2 type strategies die off, but I don't think they ever will. That's just kind of how Pokemon is. See, this is just 2/2/2. 2 grasses, 2 ice types, 2... I don't know how I'm going to string Landorus and King Gambit together. Good luck. But this is... is this Elizabeth's Sun team? I think.
Elizabeth
Oh,
Snow?
it might be.
They're thinking B Trick Room though, so maybe I wonder if Elizabeth and B Trick Room ended up working together as well, because I just remember seeing Elizabeth using that snow build in a Victory Road tournament.
Yeah. This is where it gets interesting.
Oh, here we go. Wo Chien paired with Nasty Plot Chi Yu. I think I maybe fought this one once. I don't know. This is cooking though. This is cool.
Actually did have the pleasure of playing this team. That Chi Yu lived a +6 Rock Slide after Terra Ghost, and I was actually in awe trying to calc it, because I believe you have to be like minimum bold, like at minimum bold Chi Yu to live it.
Yeah.
So that Chi Yu was absurdly bulky, and it caught me completely off guard because I was expecting it to just die to literally anything I threw at it.
Right. That's so cool. It pairs really well with Wo Chien. Just like the fact that you can pollen puff it back to life, and that's just hilarious. The Wo Chien also has Snarl for all types of damage reduction. It's one of the few ways that you can truly reduce Urshifu's damage too, is the Tablets of Ruin. It does reduce the damage you take from Surging Strikes. So it's goofy. It's goofy.
I've lost to this in a Limitless tour. Like, I think I recognize the person's name. Like, between like Landers and Wochen, it's quite good in Ursaluna, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Leech Seed Pollen Puff is just like, it's also just the all-in-one like team cleric. It keeps itself alive, keeps its friends alive. It's so goofy. The only problem is that this mon has like 8 weaknesses, so you do have to watch out. That's hype though. I like that one. Okay, now Dominic, what was Dominic running? Okay, some version of this. I think people were using Drago over Landorus at EUIC, and then otherwise, just kind of like a balanced offense build, like Assault Vest guy, Mystic guy, standard Cornerstone, standard Whims, and then just a setup plot gold. But yeah, anyways, just swapping in Landorus for Drago, different flavors of special attacking offense, sure. Honestly, not that different. Let's see. And now we get to Leonard's team.
All right,
Leonard's team is the one people probably like to hear people talk about. So, hilariously, Leonard got top 32, probably top, maybe not even top 8 locally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe.
It's probably top 8.
It's probably top 8.
It's close.
Yeah.
19th overall with the classic like day 1 type like toxic orb Tatsugiri stuff. Genuinely, I feel like a lot of people probably forgot about it. And yeah, the Ursaluna has no actual moves for doing damage really besides Fling Master Roll, which is hilarious. And I just kind of like going on to show you that it and even the EV spread there is all just 6/7s. That it was just like, just bait, which is hilarious. This is just like your Iron Crown, right, Billy? It's just a Pokemon there to scare them. I'm kidding, but yeah, this is actually wild, hilarious stuff. When you see like Screamtail and Tatsugiri, you should have some sort of alarm bells related to like the perished Dozo stuff that we saw like literally forever ago, and that's the reason that like this probably did as well as it did now as opposed to then, is because this has completely disappeared off the map. Nobody probably remembered this stuff, and so yeah, being able to Misty Explode with your Screamtail and just get your Tatsugiri down to 1 as it endures, get Dozo in, and then psych up with Cresselia. That's probably the bread and butter. I'm surprised that it just, like, works as often as it does. That's amazing. That's also a very offensive comfy, I just realized. That's hilarious. I think
Well, yeah, it has to KO the Tatsugiri.
Oh, is that what it's doing?
It has to knock it down to 1 HP, right?
I didn't even think about the side draining kiss, I'll be honest, Adi.
Oh.
I thought it just came in so that you could floral healing your Dozo in...
He has as many ways
I thought
to
that
kill his
too.
Tatsugiri. He's got to have as many ways to kill his Tatsugiri as possible. He side flings it, he side draining kisses, he missed the explosions or perish on it.
I don't know about the side fling.
Well,
I don't know about the side fling.
fling it.
No, you can't fling the Master Ball, notably.
Is
So
that
I
actually
think,
not possible?
I believe so. And I think apart from fling, those are just the moves that like an Ursaring would get if you catch it in the wild.
Nice.
He just kept that on, I guess.
I like Fling Master Ball is so swag though. You get to joke that like you can throw the Master Ball and steal the opponent's Pokemon.
Yep.
That's the new
They're like the
Champions
shadow
mechanic,
Pokemon.
Pokemon Coliseum style. You get to steal one Pokemon from your opponent's team, but only if it's at low health.
Well, that's why it's
Metagross.
Master Ball, 'cause then he can capture anything.
Running Metagross so that my opponent can never capture my Pokemon. So I think that guy's got like the lowest catch rate, dude. I swear, he's so annoying.
Metagross?
Man. Metagross. I don't know. I think Metagross has
was
like
a
a really low catch rate.
Yeah, there was a whole thing, wasn't there, where
does.
like you literally couldn't catch a Beldum in a Beast Ball?
Oh, it's like
I think
physically
that
not
was Sun and
possible.
Moon. Yeah, like something to do with like the catch rate math. I don't remember exactly.
Let's see. So yeah, Leonard's team definitely hilarious. And honestly, I mean, I don't think anybody's actually gonna be running this because like there's a lot of like meme stuff on here. Like you should just run an Ursaluna with actual attacks and stuff. But like, props to him.
You should run a different Pokemon, right? He never brought the Ursaluna.
Yeah.
But
You don't get the Twitter likes though.
That's right. And then it's a 5-on team, and he gets to meme in the last slot, and it is pretty good bait with the Cresselia. People could reasonably see you running it. People might think that you have Trick Room on Comfey, for example, or Trick Room on Screamtail if they don't know what to expect. But
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the Master Ball on Torkoal. Swag, dude. It's so good. I thought there was a team that... And wait, is that just Moshi... Wait. No, But it's real... looks like real attacks on this thing.
That's Fresh Start Mochi. That's Fresh Start Mochi.
I remember there being a team with a Pokeball Dondozo. That might be in Regulation H, I swear. I thought there was like a Pokeball Dondozo.
I think that was the last one. I feel like that was really recent.
Right. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, so Kian's team. Kian's team is just kind of Poundite balance stuff. Looks honestly solid. Looks well rounded.
That's probably what he brought to UIC.
Did he bring that to UIC? I think he had something different.
I don't believe so. I think he had an Arcanine. Arcanine Rilla.
Yeah. So it looks like a new one. But yeah, I guess Seattle players look out because he did say he's going to Seattle. So, calling a shot. Fede just used Psy Spam. I think he tweeted about how he got himself addicted to Psy Spam. Yep, there it is. So just
cool
Psy Spam
team
stuff.
Big fan.
Oh yeah.
Fede was on this for a while, right? He was on Combined Crown stuff, even at Toronto Regionals and at Birmingham Regionals, and we had chatted after Toronto, and he was one of the people, I think I said in my team report, was like, don't use Combine, it's bad, I'm gonna be off of it. But it looks like he took Zach's team verbatim. It looks like maybe he made some changes to it in closed team sheet, but yeah, hopefully we convinced him that actually Psy Spam is the play.
It's I mean, it's still just a very strong team. It definitely can get cheese. I don't know. I'm sure everybody saw that one clip on Twitter going around of Terra Dark Torkoal. I was like, that's so sick.
It's so good. It's so good.
I'm like, what else is an Iron Crown gonna do in front of Torkoal except click Expanding Force and then just die to Terra Dark Eruption? That's beautiful.
And the thing is, like, that's not even what you're supposed to do. And I mean, I get why you do it when you're in that board state, but like, you do just have a free follow me comment there. Like you can
Shut
play
up,
around that
man.
and
Shut
dig it
up,
out,
man.
but
You're not gonna see it coming. You're gonna think that your expanding force is free, and you're gonna get owned. Wow, what is this? Sinistra King Gambit, sure.
Interesting.
Honestly, looks like an early Reg F, like first Reg F team, like something like Joe would run at like the first regional. I swear he was running some stuff like this.
Portland 24 team.
Yeah, you get it. You
I
get
do
it.
think Gambit, especially with side spam picking up, Gambit is like single hardest mod for side spam to deal with if you really need the counter. And so, looking at the rest of the team, I can see how it would struggle against it. And yeah, putting the best single best mod into side spam on the team and saying that's going to be good enough makes sense, especially in closed team sheet where you don't know if it's assault vest or if it's
Right.
what's it called, black glasses, or if some other item. So makes sense to me.
I think King
I like the
Gambit
combat
is
also.
going to pick up a little bit going into Seattle specifically. Like I think that there it seems like there's some people who are starting to go towards this mod for probably exactly the reasons that you're outlining here. So
Yeah, especially when now Landorus Darien is going to be the hope. I think it's going to that and Reggie Drago are the two most common versions of side spam, and you don't want to bring your Landorus Darien into a King Gambit, and you don't really want to bring a Reggie Drago into King Gambit, and so it is a really awkward spot to be in. I lost to it in top 4 of a cup this weekend as well, and I was like, wow, I cannot deal with King Gambit at all. So I saw that firsthand.
that's definitely one of the mons
Yeah.
I would be putting on my like casters. You know how they pick their 4 mons prediction list for the weekend. It's definitely one of the guys to watch for Seattle. Sorry, Billy, go ahead.
Yeah, I think King Gambit it's also just not even just into size spam. It's a very good anti-bullshit mon in the sense that like you're getting double like you play into the double fake out blender. Ensign does not love switching in 2 or 3 times into a King Gambit. Hell, it even gets to +1. It's already in a really good spot. Like I had no King Gambit matchup going into London, expecting it to not be common, and then I played one and lost immediately to it because of or for that exact reason. Because a lot of people's entire matchup into a lot of the mons you can put on a King Gambit team, like Prio Spam, is stuff that does not answer King Gambit very well.
Right.
So I think you can position the King Gambit's in like a really good spot in this format because if you position it with the correct Pokemon, it's very hard to work around.
That's why I love
Yeah, I'm a
Regulation F, is
Constellium
we're
player.
still sealing these meta developments this late in the game, dude. We wouldn't get this if we didn't get to play it for, a full half a year at this point or whatever between the first and the second run. I'm loving life. Rapha, sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, like I've been running the same team for like this Reg F and last Reg F, and King Gambit is impossible, and I don't love that it's making a comeback. So we'll see how it goes for me for Seattle.
You're just convincing more people to run it because they really want to beat you specifically in Seattle, of course,
That's true.
Let's see. Dominique, though, oh my god. Ability Shield Tinglu is wild. It's just really funny. Like, I don't know. I actually still, I'm looking at the team, and I don't even still know what the goal is. It's labeled stall, so maybe you're, like, setting up toxic spikes and living forever. I hope that the Gouging Fire has Morning Sun, because why not? That would be fun. It could heal itself and just, like, Breaking Swipe, break the, keep their offenses down, and then just heal it all away with Morning Sun. Obviously, Corviknight's plenty good at stalling things with Roost and Rocky Helmet as well for breaking down physical attackers, so it's goofy. I don't know.
I feel like if you were the guy to run Ability Shield Tinglu, you'd play the Weezing that has Gastro-Acid, and so it wouldn't even matter because they would suppress your ability anyway, because there's no way that ever comes up.
Dude, what was that one move that Zygarde gets? Is it Core Enforcer? Is that the one that removes your abilities? I think.
Yeah.
Actually, that's Dom in the chat here. It is Booster Defense Morning Sun Gouging. That thing sounds impossible to kill. I love it. I didn't realize that was you. That's awesome. That's a really, this team is wild. And honestly, I think this GC saw a decent amount of cooking, which I do love to see some cooking.
And honestly, like it's smart because I think you look at the Dozo teams nowadays, they're basically toxic stall teams. The way that the Calc team plays, it's not really trying to kill things very much. It's really just trying to sit there and stall you out with toxic and protect and say you have to take 5-6 turns to kill my Dozo. And you're going to be so low that, and I'm going to do a couple earthquakes. Earthquake doesn't do very much, but eventually you're going to get there. And so this is the same concept, right? It's just the same thing, but with other Pokemon that are super bulky, like the Corviknight, like the defense booster Gouging Fire with Morning Sun, like the Tinglu that can't have its ability suppressed. Like AV Raging Bolt is a pain to get through and can chip away at things with its spread moves and snarl and whatnot, right? And then if once things are low, Dazzling Gleam from Fluttermane can clean things up pretty cleanly. So I do see the vision here. I think it's a similar take to the Dozo teams, just in a very different way that people would not see coming at all. And their counterplay to it has to be very different. Or at least they would not bring their counterplay to it in the same way. They wouldn't know their game plans in the same way they may know their game plans into the Dozo team.
Right. I will say, as a Wheezing enjoyer, he got claimed for evil, Wheezing, and so I stopped liking him and enjoying him as much at all when he just became the designated toxic spike setter on Dozo teams, and also removed abilities so that Dondozo could be enabled. I was like, this is horrible. This is ass. I hate this. I'm never gonna enjoy Wheezing again. They've ruined him for me. But teams like this is fun. This brings back the enjoyment into Wheezing, and I'm sure everybody hated their lives playing against this team. This team looks miserable.
Yeah, I think it's fun until you play against it, because I take one good look at that. Now, granted, I'm clicking belly drum into it, but a lot of people don't have a mon that can get to +6 in a turn, and that just sounds like you're gonna have to sit there for 15 turns, and it's gonna go to timer.
Alex is a Dozo player in denial. That's so true. It's actually true.
No, I was actually typing a response to that one. I was going to say, you're going to have to take me to Dozo conversion therapy camp, because it's not going to happen, man. No. You're not going to get me. You're not going to get me.
Oh,
I'm never playing the stupid fish, even when it comes out in Champions, because they still, they put him in the first trailer for Champions. It's like, Dozo's back, and they're like, Mega Tots. It's never been more over, dude. They really just love this stuff. Okay, there was one more team. What was it? Oh, God. This was exactly the stuff that I wanted to be ready for in this GC when I was like, it's the time for Haze for this GC, because I knew that somebody was going to be running this, and it's miserable to fight if you don't have a good plan. Drifblim just does outspeed and live everything and can always get off at least one minimized baton pass, and then good luck hitting the Dondozo. It's so annoying. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for GC coverage, because it doesn't go beyond top 32. I'm sure that there was a lot of other cool teams, but I didn't end up going and grabbing them all, because I was like, I think most of the ones that are funny and interesting did well enough to make it into the top 32 here. Let's see. Not gonna lie, Dondozo plus Megatatsu sounds fun. Okay, Aquamarine, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to get timed out. No, last time I tried to time somebody out, I couldn't figure out how to close it. So I'm not very good at timing people out.
You're killing the viewership, dog.
Right?
I, for one, am very excited to see what Mega Tatsugiri does with Dondozo, because it's going to be something stupid, and I'm let Mega Tatsu attack from inside Dozo, something stupid like that. It'll be fun.
Dondozo.
I'm so surprised. I've never heard anyone say this other than me. Ordera gives all 3 boosts.
Oh, God.
Attack, defense, and speed boost, because it's all 3 forms. That's what the Mega does.
You're right. So,
oh my God, bro.
Here's why it's totally fine. If you play Dozo, you never really want the Tats on the field, right? It feels really bad to put the Tats on the field, take a turn to Mega Evolve it, and then switch in your Dozo. I'm pretty sure if Mega Evolution comes after you switch in, and I think it would probably go after Commander activates, so it wouldn't Mega Evolve if you switched in the Dozo the turn you click Mega Evolution, right? And you don't even want to do that because you're wasting a turn, and Dozo is all about turn economy. So it actually is super awkward. It makes it hard to use. I really don't think that I think you can give Mega Tats some stupid interaction with Dozo. Attacking from inside Dozo, actually probably too overpowered, but something like that, like what you said, Billy, I actually think is actually kind of fine. It takes a lot of setup to get to. It's not the worst thing in the world.
It's what you do, just put it next to a pivot mon, so you can Mega the Tatsu, use a switching move, and then it gets eaten as Dozo's coming in.
Yeah, just Scarf Lando, you turning into it or something like that.
Yeah.
You parting shot with your Mega Scrafty.
Yeah. Well, you can't Mega 2
and so you just don't Mega it. You don't Mega it, and you click parting shot into your Dozo, and the game's over.
Okay. I like the part people say, don't let this guy into R&D. I'm looking at the numbers here, and I am seeing, let's see, I've seen 959 players for all divisions in Seattle Regionals. 777 for Orlando, by the way. I know we're not doing an Orlando update, but I just thought it was kind of funny that it's 777. Let's go gambling. Anyways, Seattle is looking to be like a pretty large regional. I mostly did the 3.0 whatever because for the bit, but because it was like the 30th and whatever. But honestly, it feels like it could be harder. We don't really do the ratings anymore because it's honestly not that easy to compare regions. It's mostly for memes, anyways. So, but I feel like it's
every regional is hard now. There's no easy regionals when you have 800 people in a regional, which is just par for the course nowadays.
Exactly right. No, 100%. That's exactly what I was trying to say. So with that said, though, yeah, this one is in Seattle. We were talking about the last Seattle one by Justin Burns. I guess we'll save that for the history section. I feel like I'm supposed to be the guy that talks about the region now, and like somewhat Rapha as well. Before, yeah, talk. Oh, also, did I just grab the same like default Google picture from Victory Road here? Let me see. Did they just grab the first one? It looks like the exact same photo. I think it is. I just googled. I googled Seattle. Maybe it's just the same angle.
I thought you looked out your window.
It has a better shot of the mountain. They have a better shot, or yeah, they have, you actually have a better shot of the mountain than they do. You have a
yeah. So actually, I think it is the same angle, different time. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely see the mountain from the city, though. I will say that part is really, really exciting, really cool, especially if you're going across like the 520 bridge. That's the bridge that I'll be taking to the tournament. I'm over on the east side. So like honestly, if you want to come at me and you're like you're not even from Seattle, I'd be like, all right, fine, fair enough. I'm from like Bellevue. But yeah, the tournament is like the thing about Seattle that most people should know is that we have like pretty good public transit here between buses and our one line. Honestly, almost about to be two line with the like it's I don't think it'll be up and ready for the tournament and stuff like that, but we do almost have our second line that connects the east to west sides. And yeah, anyways, so mainly if you land in the airport from flying in, you can just take the train up to wherever you want to go. In fact, I think they just literally yesterday here on the Twitch side updated it so you can just use credit card instead of having to get like an actual Orca card is what we have for our bus cards here. But you can just use your credit or debit card to travel. So you can just tap that to get on and ride stuff. And it's super convenient to get around. So like that's the thing is like I don't eat out a lot, so I'm probably not going to be the best person to like give food recs. I have like a couple I could mention, but I will say that like you don't have to eat by the venue for dinner is what like the main thing. Like you don't have to go to all the places that are going to be overcrowded and overhyped or whatever near the convention center. You could definitely just like get on the one line, ride down to Capitol Hill, to International District, to find much more interesting places to hang out and to get your meals at. So at least there's that.
Zach posted a list of restaurants that he likes. So I definitely would recommend checking that out if you want some food recs. I just posted it in the chat.
I would recommend checking it out. Wait, posted it. Oh, in the Twitch chat. Okay. I would say I would recommend checking it out. I would not definitely recommend checking it out because this is the guy who like had pizza like for the first time like last year and like has never had a hot dog or something like that. Zach is like got the craziest food takes, I swear. He's also like always going around and checking out stuff out. So he's very much a good source of information for different places to eat in Seattle, of course. But he also like I feel like this guy like ate mac and cheese like 5 times a week growing up or something. I just like genuinely I do not know how he survived when he's just like he got hired at a pizza place, and in the interview, he was like, "Yeah, I've never had pizza before. Like, how do you what? What? How does that work?"
I'm more impressed he still got hired despite never having pizza.
They needed an outside perspective, Billy. They were like, "We need people like you who don't have their vision clouded by pizza experience. You know, like this is
by big pizza,
by big pizza." Oh man, but yeah, Zach's list is definitely a solid one, definitely a fine one, and yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know if it's on Zach's list, but the one that I would recommend is the Korean dog place in Chinatown that I don't know the name of. Honestly, that's the real problem. I just go to where it is because I know where it is. It's Seattle Best Tea. It's next to Seattle Best Tea, and they have mochi donuts. The mochi donuts are really good, and I just love me a Korean rice dog. They're so nice. But yeah, that's right by the bus or the train. and bus, I guess.
That's near
Stop.
tabletop, isn't it? Right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
near
one we
our
go
local
to all the
venue.
time.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
always go there. See, Rapha knows, but he doesn't know the name because I also don't know the name. But it's next to Seattle Best Tea. It's next
I
to
don't
Seattle
know
Best
either.
Tea.
It's also it's by where the Mariners play. We go there for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's loosely by the Mariners. We walk about like 15, 20 minutes, but like yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Otherwise, I don't really have other like better recommendations. I just wanted to make sure I plugged the public transit because I think they did just update it. So you should be chill in that regard. Easy to get around. But definitely don't just stick to the places near the convention center because it's like a pretty busy area. Alex, there are two Seattle Best Tees now. Well, sorry, I guess you're right. I meant the one in International District. I think the other one is in U District, and U District has a lot of good places to eat as well. U District is actually mostly where I go to get dinner with friends, but that's mostly because it's a single bus ride away from me, so it's very convenient. And U District is also just like a good place for people watching. There's a lot of decent restaurants there as well. But yeah, so let's go ahead and preview some of these old tournaments and figure out who we're going to smart money for the upcoming Seattle Regional. So Justin Burns did win the true last Seattle Regional. And I was asking you guys another question, and I'll ask it now real quick. But I've grabbed a bunch of Vancouver and Portland results because we don't have either this year, and we have Seattle instead. And so which one is it, guys? Which one is Seattle? Is it Portland or is it Vancouver?
It's both.
It's
I
both?
think they just mushed the two together. I'm gonna say it's both.
I think
It's weird though
more...
because like
Go ahead.
I feel like every time we've had a full slate of regionals, Portland has been the one that we've always had. Like it's been the most consistent. And this is the first year we've lost it.
It's been a minute.
I don't know.
for
I don't know
real.
what's going on with that.
I think this one is. I actually think it's probably Vancouver. I got a cold take on this one, but I think Vegas is technically supposed to be Portland, even though like I don't know, they're not that
That's NorCal
nearby.
because we have NorCal
Yeah.
in the fall. That's where Vegas
Well,
was.
There's just fewer regionals this year, right? There's just like
Mhm.
4 fewer regionals than normal in NA.
Wait, probably not 4, but I think you might be right.
Or
About being fewer.
I think
We
it's
have
fewer, yeah.
9 regionals this
Mhm.
year, and normally we have like 12 or 13, I think.
I think
Is
last
that
year
right?
we had
I think that's correct.
10.
That
I think
sounds
we had
about
10
right.
last year. I believe it was 10 last year.
Somebody said band player
Um,
spotted. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play band player bingo every time we go through these old events, you feel free.
Yeah,
Anyways, you're always going to see some. You might even see some that survived bans. Ones that got banned and made it back.
Yep.
So, anyways,
There's also a DQ'd player at one point, not at this tournament.
So Justin ended up winning the whole thing, and yeah, that was with a team that you said, Rapha, he jumped on about a week before the tournament.
Yeah, so I had been building that team since like Portland that year. So it was like February that I've been working on it since, and this tournament was in May, I think. So like a number of us like in our group had been using that team for a while. Like I was the biggest person that was on it. I think the same weekend as well, Carson got second at a GC with the exact same team, if I remember correctly. And we topped the ladder like the week leading up to Seattle, and he's the person that had the least experience with it, Justin, and he's the one that ended up winning. So
there you go.
What's also funny is that like the most common team in this format was Fake PG, which just had an electric type over the Nihilego slot, which is what or a Togedemaru as well, which is what Brian Zerdani had in 5th place. But I guess Fake PG also includes Nihilego as the E in that acronym. I don't know.
E for
That name never made any sense.
Anyways, yeah. So honestly, of the players listed here, Hayden is in the Seattle area now, but I don't think Hayden's playing. I don't think I've heard Hayden is playing. Colin is coming out, and I honestly could see Alberto coming, but yeah. Justin, notably not.
Yeah.
Justin is not going. Wait, sorry. Go ahead.
Does Demetrios he's a Vancouver area player, right? Does he still play?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he'll be there if I remember correctly.
Okay,
he's got the Drifblim. He's got to run it back with Drifblim and Dondozo, of course.
No. Drifblim was a mildly honorable Pokemon here. But yeah, Justin unfortunately not going to be here to defend it, so he told me that I could have it. So unfortunately, everybody else, you're gonna have to, just
No, dog. I have it on
Skipped
record.
ahead a few years here.
He's giving it to me now.
He's giving it to you. He's giving it to everybody. This guy sucks. Oh my god. All right, so. Then obviously there are actually plenty of older Vancouvers and Portlands, but I just kind of cut it off at the Scarlet and Violet era because we have plenty of tournaments to look at. But
wait, you're not going to do Vancouver 2022?
I know you were going to say it. I knew you were going to say it. But Adi, you're not going to be here. So.
Tom had half of top cut. That was a great.
Yes. The thing was that ultimately this is Seattle, and yeah, I wanted to get that old Seattle in there, and then otherwise kind of stick to recent ones because we don't need 18 tournaments to review. But as Rapha was saying, Portland is just like such a mainstay. Like we could go way back with Portland, with how many tournaments they've held there. But yeah, let's look at some of the top ones here. And so Abdullah ended up winning this one. Sempra. Winning over Sableye. I think Sableye has been Doom posting on Twitter as well, so definitely going, but also maybe not a good smart money pick. Although sometimes the Doom posters are good smart money picks, So
he's been Doom posting on Twitter for like the last 6 months nonstop. I mean, I don't know what to make of that.
Adi here.
I think this is the last
Go
major Canadian has won. So
and it was a double Canadian finals too.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, over in Canada last time, Dylan did win in. Or no, I'm mixing it up. Dylan won in Vegas. Dylan won in
Vegas.
I'm getting my stories mixed up. But honestly, I don't even know if Dylan's going to this one or not. Like, Worlds qualified at this point, so maybe not any kind of guarantee there. Let's see. Zhang, probably not, but could. Is that announced? Actually, let me go back to the page. Let's see. I don't think they've announced.
I don't actually know if we have the commentators.
Nah, looks like no commentary yet. Yeah, I feel like they do that in the days leading up. Let's see. Gavin's a name that we'll be seeing
Gavin
recurring,
will be there.
And should be there. Dimitrios again. Let's go, Dimitri. Marcus Dion. Billy, is Marcus going? I feel like you might know the answer.
He's definitely not going.
Okay.
He said on the last time he was on Tub Takes, he is not playing any more Reg F. So
he's made it extremely clear that even if it's Reg I, he more than likely will be doing very few events unless it's champions. So
the funny thing about Gavin, Gavin has won every West Coast regional except for Seattle. So this might be the last time, or like the last chance he gets for like another decade, because he's won Vancouver, Portland, NorCal, and SoCal. Seattle's the last one he hasn't won yet.
Yeah, it looks like we're not quite getting
to... all four. That's right.
I was going to say, we're not quite getting to...
all on the West Coast.
He is, like, very much like a West Coast main, and, like, what is it? Oceania is, like, just the farthest West Coast. But, like, basically, if Gavin has to wake up at a time that is not, like, normal for him, he's just immediately nerfed. Like, just terribly nerfed, so...
He needs to be next to the Pacific Ocean and no one.
Yeah, pretty much. It's where he draws his power. Anyways,
well, where did he won? He won U.S. Nats. Where was it? Where was it out there that year? 2013.
That was Indy.
That's fair.
Indy,
that's totally fair.
Yeah.
But that was during the plumber years, which the plumber years get more and more extended every year. Like now, like people probably think the 2017 years are plumber years, and like those two regional championships. Alex,
absolutely.
It absolutely was, yeah.
Those days are a myth to me.
Anything pre 2023 is the plumber years now, because if the regional didn't have at least 400 players, it doesn't count.
Oh yeah. No, that's real. I was about to say we're not quite at the Gavin era yet, but Gavin is still poking his head in down here at 16th. However, Joe ended up winning this one, and I don't know. Joe's always going to everything, so I feel like Joe would probably be here in Seattle. Let's see, Mezzi.
Back-to-back Portland regional champion. I think he's probably going. I think he likes Portland.
That's true. That's not, but it's not Portland. But it's basically Portland. Let's see. Mezzi, haven't heard, but maybe. Nails is not doing this one. And yeah,
I think
NJ
Nucci's probably going though.
Yeah,
he was at UIC, if I recall correctly. So
I just saw him this past weekend
He's-
as well. He is going to Seattle.
There's Rapha.
Hello.
Are you
That is
going?
me. I am going. I don't normally go to Seattle, but I am going.
Anyways, Cedric not going. Scott probably not going. Scott actually used to be from the area, but has now moved. Let's see.
He's one of my locals now. Haha.
Yes, you stole him.
Same with Kalen too.
Right.
Kalen and
Yes,
Scott
I was
both
thinking
moved,
that as well.
moved to the DC area.
Let's see. And yeah, I'm not
Scott
seeing
is
a ton of
going.
other.
Scott is going apparently. According to
Scott's
Zynconic.
going.
Ooh,
I mean,
spoiler
honestly, it's
alert.
just a trip home, right? I guess it's a trip home, so whatever.
I'm
That makes sense.
surprised because he just doesn't come to locals, so I didn't even know he played anymore.
I guess
but
he's
I'm
just
glad
not trying to
still around.
qualify for Worlds or anything. Just going to this one for maybe a chance to see the fam and obviously playing a regional too.
Mhm.
Randy going, right? Rapha?
He should be, yeah.
Yeah,
He is going,
okay.
yes.
Okay. Let's see. Then next up we have oh wait, do I have
It's you.
these? I thought I had these sorted in. No, I think I do have them in order. I guess the next one.
That's kind of
Yeah. Oh, dude, I always
Yeah.
get I got a little bit I don't know, just jump scared when I saw that I had one on January 6th. I forgot about that. But sure.
What a great day to have said you were on a regional on.
Yeah, dude.
At least
We
we,
were
know
talking-
where you were on that day.
On January 6th, I was in
What-
Portland Regionals, okay?
That's about as concrete
Please.
of an alibi as you could possibly have.
I was on stream. Anyways, okay, so yeah. Chuppa, I don't think Chuppa is going.
Nope.
I'm going, by the way. Colin going. We talked about it earlier. Joe probably going. Let's see. Carson is actually don't know. Is Carson going? I think Carson's going.
He is going.
I think he is. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Last night,
That's it.
a DM,
That's done.
a paste made it to my DMs asking to get his team.
Oh yes. Of course. NJ again here. We've seen Geo in a couple of these, and I've kind of skipped over him because I just didn't think Geo would be going. That's just kind of
Because he lives in Japan now, so yeah, he's not going.
Yeah.
Well, there will be some people from Japan that will be at this event.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
Oh,
we're
Eli,
not going to see any of
thank
that in this, but you are definitely right to mention that. That's so true. There's definitely going to be some
Yeah.
Japanese players.
I know of a couple Japanese players that should be there.
Yeah, honestly, it's just really exciting. It's just cool. Like, I mean, we are about the closest you can be to Japan, so it just makes sense that if they want to, be trying to attend championship point tournaments, this is one of the easiest ones to do. Let's see. So then moving on to the next, we have Vancouver again later in the year for 2024. James Evans ended up taking that one over Brady. I actually have no clue about either of those players.
It's Ragat.
It is Regaf. It is
But
Regaf.
this is Ragat. Yeah.
Wait,
I also don't know. I think
last
James
event.
James has his invite, so I don't think he's going to force himself to go halfway across the country across the country to play Regaf. Doesn't seem like something he'd do. But I don't. And Brady also lives about as far away from Seattle as you can get, so I don't know if he's going or not.
Next two are going. We said Scott's going and ESM is going. Ashton, not really sure. I actually just completely did not remember that Ashton got top 8 at this tournament. I mean, Ashton a very solid player, but I just didn't remember. Let's see. No, we talked about Marcus already.
I think Brandon is a West Coast player. I imagine he's going. Brandon Tutenhagen. I don't know. Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis is also he's an LA player, right? So he's probably going too.
Here we
They're
go.
both
He's
from
playing
California,
still.
yeah.
Trailer
He's
is
also
going.
Aaron. I think he was still in Massachusetts back then. I don't think he was in a Seattle local yet.
Right. I was about to say the same. I think like now he'll actually be, defending basically the area. Ashton won't be there. Okay, good notes. Good notes. Let's see. Now we're here to we're getting more and more recent, and now we have the one that Bezod won with the Lunala team, and so I can see Bezod being at this genuinely. I feel like because Bezod is a Cali player, right?
I have no idea where he's from.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
You're
don't know. No idea.
Got it.
I don't know
think- I
anything
think-
about him other than he won Vancouver.
I think
He's like kind of cracked, but I have no idea where he lives.
Right,
Cool
yeah.
guy. Really good at Pokemon. Never heard of him before this Vancouver Regionals, and he came out of nowhere to win. But he had a really good NAIC run after this too. Watching him play, he's so good. No idea where he lives.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't know if he's a NorCal or a SoCal, so I'm just gonna say I think he's a Cal. I think he's a California player.
I think you're right about that because I believe his building groups are out of California.
Right. Is that where he lives? Based on in the chat. I mean, like, I don't know if that's an actual app. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, I see. Anyways,
same with Chase Rumka. I don't know anything about Chase.
He's from Portland.
That's a
Portland, so
he should be there. Yeah,
he's probably going. Bizod is NorCal apparently. Alex Chan also.
I think
Cali
I
player,
think he's also
right?
California. Yeah.
So he's probably going.
I wonder if James would be going. Genuinely don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Geo, I feel like probably not. Definitely Joe. Why does Joe have a crown, by the way? Just kind of being distracted.
It's a Metafy. It's a Metafy integration.
Oh, fun. Anyways, we just talking about James.
Scrolling
again.
down, Raghav is going.
Yes,
I don't know
Raghav
about
is
any of
going.
the players in between them, but Raghav will be there.
Raghav's going. Yeah, James. Ryan, we were talking about Ryan earlier. So, yeah. And honestly, we talked about Sempra earlier. We never actually talked about if Sempra was going or not. Sempra hasn't been going to as many things lately, but this could be close enough. I'm not 100% certain.
It's the closest one to him. He's from Calgary, which is in the middle of nowhere as far as VGC goes.
Yeah.
He also hasn't been uploading, so I don't know if he's even actively playing right now. I imagine if he does not going for a World's Invite, and I don't know if he really wants to be playing Ragaf Part 3 or Part 2. He might be tired of it.
Yep. Isn't he on a break? Yeah, he might be on a break. All right, and then lastly, we have the most recent Portland that Gavin ended up winning this past season over Jet in the finals. I think we actually saw Jet at an earlier one, I swear.
Yeah, Alex, I think we can forget this event happened. I don't think that one exists.
Actually, Billy, this does bring us back to...
This is the Rag. We're back to Rag.
Somebody here said, ask Billy who helped him with the build and also what his opinion on Glimora is.
My opinion is it wasn't Glimora's fault. It was Iron Hand's fault.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Carrie here getting third though. And Carrie also replying, actually, I wouldn't be surprised.
Carrie doing some meta manip in the comments, so I think he's probably going. That's the only explanation.
I think Carrie's going, which honestly, I mean, people can go to events after they already qualify, of course, but I also wouldn't be surprised if Carrie had this trip planned before winning, so ultimately, I would definitely... Go ahead.
He's from Florida, people... He really loves Pokemon, I guess.
Is he? Oh, no.
I think he is.
I believe so.
But speaking of people who have Worlds Invites already and I think are going, Montana has a Worlds Invite. Is Montana going?
Mont should be going, I believe. I believe that Mont probably just has to get on the bus like I do and just make his easy way over there. Anyways, Mont should be going. Let's see. Len, honestly, big mystery to me because Len might be casting, right? And then Emilio might be going, honestly. I mean, it is West Coast, so Kian already confirmed going earlier.
This is the regional. This Portland regionals is Reg Eye, and I remember I brought right onto this regional, and I played right on Caloric Shadow, and all three of my losses were to Caloric Shadow speed ties, including the win in. I think I got top 64. I lost to Jonzu in the win in the Caloric Shadow speed tie in game 3.
Reg Eye, baby.
Right, 47.
47, there it is.
47 with the ride-on. The ride-on was so much fun. If we get Reg Eye again, I am going to be playing with some more ride-on because I had way too much fun playing with this team.
Hell yeah. All right, so with that, though, let's go ahead and pick some smart monies. Rapha, who do you got?
I guess we spoiled it already, but in the spirit of returning to Seattle, I'm picking someone who is returning to Seattle, Scott Iwafuchi. So I know he's been grinding, so I have confidence in him.
Yeah, no, Scott's a very strong player. Absolutely. Billy?
like I was saying earlier, what's it called? I'm fairly certain that he is going. So I'm gonna pick a Japanese player. I'm gonna go with
Ooh.
Kosukide.
All right, cool.
Good pick. Good pick.
Is that a TS?
Hit is cracked.
Like that?
Think so.
Yes, that's how you spell it.
All right, Adi, what do you want?
I mean, Alex, you teed me up. He's won every single other West Coast regional. He's got one left. It's Gavin Michaels, soon to be 5-time regional champion, Gavin Michaels.
I'm gonna misspell his name
He's
for fun.
correct.
Oh man, dude, it's yelling at me. It's yelling at me. And
collecting the
yeah, I
Infinity
guess for
Stones.
me, then we actually saw him a couple times in there, and I was like, honestly, I was thinking about this in advance. I was making the doc last night at like midnight, and I was like, who would I even pick for this one? Everybody I've talked to does not sound confident. It's like everyone is like, dude, my team's so bad, or like the people that are feeling good don't even have a team picked yet. I'm just like, anyways, I'm gonna go for Colin, dude. We saw Colin in there a couple times. And so I'm like, you know what? I think Colin could do it. So anyways, of course, we see a couple people doing it in the chat there. Do pick your own smart monies. I'm going with Tang. Is Justin Tang going? I actually was kind of curious if he was taking a break or if he was just going to keep going.
I would
feel like
guess he's not going. I don't think he's going.
Got you. Yeah, Tang is going, question mark. Yeah, I just genuinely, I feel like he probably wouldn't be. It's a far one, and yeah, just already been doing a lot of stuff. Smart Money Secret Wolf. Yeah, they're flying out.
Tang is going, according to Alex.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but as I was saying, and I think a lot of people are already doing it. Pick your smart monies, put them in the chat so that yeah, we can see if anybody can get the call right. It's always fun to just put your money where your mouth is, I guess. Even though we're putting no money on this at all. Wolf is going to be at an event in New York. Oh, okay. Maybe there's some other.
Yeah,
Pokemon thing.
I'm not surprised that Wolf is doing probably Pokemon Day stuff. I imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
That he's a person
makes a
that
lot
you
of
would
sense.
expect to have stuff going on for Pokemon Day. Yeah.
Totally. That makes sense. And yeah, I think then with that, that's gonna be it for this one. So I think we'll figure out who we're gonna throw the raid over to. eBay is bringing
doing
him in for
Cactus, right?
Pokemon Day. What?
eBay. Huh.
What the heck? Why, dude? Is eBay still? I'm guessing eBay is still doing fine. I don't know. Just it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
well,
a very
eBay.
bizarre sponsor.
No, it's
True.
not, because eBay bought TCG Player, and so they have a very vested interest in Pokemon as a franchise because Pokemon cards run the Pokemon franchise essentially. And so even though Wolf is not a TCG player, it's not surprising that eBay is investing very heavily into Pokemon when that basically drives the entire trading card economy, right? So
No, that makes sense.
makes sense. They have a big Pokemon Day event.
They're doing. Oh my god, eBay start doing live stuff like TikTok rips. That's so funny. Yeah, I guess a lot of Pokemon stuff does make their way to eBay. So that honestly, that partnership makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we'll figure out who we're gonna throw the raid over to. I don't know if anybody's streaming any VGC content, any Regulation F, anything like that. I mean, at this point, I mean, whatever. But
We're doing Calcus, right?
Yeah, are we skipping that?
we could do some Calcas, right? We could do some Calcas, right? Actually, we got time. So, yeah, does anybody have one to start then?
I have
one.
Billy, go for it.
So this actually did come up during my GC run. So I had no idea if or how much damage this would do, but I needed to do it because I needed the HP. So and it was in a scenario where I needed the HP or I was losing the game to Rillaboom because it wouldn't have taken enough recoil. So how much do we think +6 Helping Hand Drain Punch does to help to like just do Calc default Terra Fairy Raging Bolt?
Okay, I'll plug in the Raging Bolt here really quick just so we have that. That looks like 188, 132. So
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
+6 Helping Hand Drain Punch into this thing.
Yes, correct.
All right. Oh, sorry. Wait. I got mixed up. It is
Max
Terra.
Brave. I should have said that. Yes,
And,
yes.
no,
Terra Fairy Raging Bolt, and the hands is just Max Brave.
Got it. Yep.
Okay, it did Terra. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, it did Terra Fairy.
I got a number.
I think I have one as well.
I got my number. So yeah, Billy, pick somebody to
Call
start.
someone.
Let's go with Adi first.
Yeah, I think it kills without the helping hand and without the Terra, and so therefore I think with Terra and with the helping hand, I think it's like about 80.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alex.
I'll go for 73.
All right, and then Rafa.
So that's about a super effective hit if it's +6 helping hand, and that should be weaker than Chen Pao, which normally doesn't KO Raging Bolt. I think it's probably like a good bit weaker than that, so I'm gonna say like 83.
All
So
right.
I have bad news for all three of you.
No.
Oh no.
Maybe Terrifier
Because
Source
I didn't calc it, but mine did KO.
All right,
So
Drain Punch.
it did KO.
Put it all the way
But
up.
that looks like yep.
Hold
Yeah.
Oh
on
my
now.
God.
With helping hand.
Terra.
With Terra.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so it was a roll.
Look at you. You got the
mine
roll.
did KO. Yeah,
That's
obviously it could have
crazy.
been like 132 defense. It could have been a different defensive spread, but it did just straight up knock out the Raging Bolt. That was also the time that I found out that Rock Slide does the same amount as Drain Punch, even when it's not very effective, which was really funny to find out that they do the actual exact same amount of damage if it's not very effective versus neutral.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I got one.
Adi, yeah.
I got one. So I could talk about my GC team real quick. I used this Dozo team with Simple Beam Latios on it
No.
to get the Dozo +4. It's what my friend Sebi ran at EUIC, and so I was talking to him at the EUIC, and I was like, this team is so cool. It's probably devious in the GC. Didn't do very well in the GC, but I did go for a +4 wave crash. Let me check how much attack I had on my on the Dozo real quick before I tell you the spread. Yeah, so 164 attack, neutral nature Dozo, wave crash at +4 into a max bold Terra Grass Fluttermane. How much is it doing?
Ooh, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, I've got my number.
I think I got a number.
I think I have one as well.
All right, Rapha, I'll start with you.
73 based on vibes.
73. Billy, what do you think?
So my Fluttermane, despite being max bold, still does die to Wave Crash, and I have to Terra at +2. So +4, I'm gonna say probably is a roll to kill because you're jolly. So I'm gonna say 97.
Okay, and Alex, what do you think?
I'm going for 90 flat. I think that's the part that's deceptive is that like it's not +2 on top of an attack. You know, it's like it's going from +2 to +4, which is actually only like a helping hand, right?
Yeah, it's a 50% boost.
So anyways, let's see. Flutter. I mean, bulky speed booster is close-ish, but no, it's not. Let's gonna have to edit some stuff. Bold, and then we got Dozo, Terragrass Oblivious, whatever, but we gotta go neutral in that nature. 164.
164. Yep.
And
and
then
it's
I hit
Terra
the
Grass Fluttermane.
hit the Dozo button, hit the +2, hit the grass, hit the that. And we got oh no! I think I'm not in there. I think Rafa was though.
I said
think Rapha was.
73. I just missed.
Oh, no one got it.
If I picked the normal
Crazy.
number.
Nobody got it, dude. Dang.
So I thought Billy would get it because I did 97 when I clicked the button. I missed the KO, but it might have been not quite max bold.
Dang, it doesn't even need that much investment to like guaranteed survive this. That's messed up.
What I learned very quickly is that at +4 Dozo still doesn't take knockouts. It still doesn't do nearly as much damage as I wanted to. I thought it would take way more KOs than it did.
Yeah, it's jolly plus the diminishing returns really does not make that big of a difference.
Yeah.
All right, I got mine, and we're gonna go off of the same flutter, the same-ish flutter. You can ignore all the other stats, but this flutter is not gonna be Terran anymore. It's gonna be regular old, regular flutter, And I want to know how much does it take from a Terra Fire Weather Ball from Raging Bolt in Sun, max modest. That's what I was running on my GC team. And so Raging Bolt,
No
Terra
boost item?
Fire, no item at all because I was on Covert Cloak, so it doesn't affect its power at all. But Terra Fire Weather
How was
Ball
special
in the
attack?
Sun with Proto, max modest on the Bolt.
Sure, I got a number.
I think I'm ready.
I think I got it too. I think I have an idea.
All right. We'll start with you this time, Billy.
So I actually played against a Weather Ball Raging Bolt, and it did Weather Ball my Flutterman. And I died.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna say that it's doing. I mean, if I'm dying to it, I'm gonna say you're max modest, so probably 95%.
All right, over to you, Audie.
Billy is making me want to change my answer, but I won't. He's very confident. I am not very confident. I think it's gonna do a little less. I'm saying it's doing 80.
All right, Rafa.
I was in the same ballpark. 78 is what I'll say.
I think you guys are very underestimating the damage here. The one time I got to do
Yeah.
it, I did absolutely Oko the flutter that I was fighting. But the I know this one's life orb, so I'll remove that. But yeah, it was funny. I actually got to like pull off all the tricks on the same person. I went for Sunny Day. They surging strike to my Rocky Helmet Torn in Sun, and then they also they faked out my Raging Bolt and I Thunderbolted the Urshifu. Then they brought in Amoonguss and I Weatherballed the Amoonguss for 100. Then they brought in Flutter and I Terrifier Weatherballed the Flutter for 100. So I guess we gotta put up the Sun. And I think we don't have like a helping hand somewhere, do we? And them do we do, but whatever.
I think you might have.
Oh, we haven't even terra'd yet.
You have Commander.
We have Commander. I was like, something doesn't seem right. This definitely seems a little...
God.
I'll be honest, I totally missed the Terrifier. I did.
So did I.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. It was Terrifier. I mean, I guess just multiply your answer by 1.5.
1.5. So like,
well, then I'm so off. Yeah,
75?
that's too high.
But yeah, actually, it looks like it doesn't always KO if they are the typical bulky spread. So I guess it might have been a.
I did. Yeah, this is good to know that I died to a 40% roll. It completely nuked me.
Yeah. I mean, it does like absurd damage to a lot of things. It's funny.
It was a Sunny Day walking wake too, so it wasn't even something that you could ever predict.
That's awesome. All right, Rafa, round it out. What do you got?
all right, so this is something I had come up a while ago in Reg G, I think. How much does Mystic Water 196 Adamant, Terra Water Urshifu, in Brain with Sword of Ruin do to Tatsugiri?
Oh shoot! Okay, to the tots. What's the tots running?
4 HP.
4 HP.
So you said
sorry, what was it again?
You said Terra Water, Mystic Water, 196 Adamant, Sword of Ruin.
And Rain.
Yes.
In Rain.
In Rain,
oh,
yeah.
Boy.
In Rain.
Doing to Tatsugiri?
4 HP Tatsugiri, yes.
Is it single target or a spread move?
It's a single target.
Single target.
Okay.
Spread move.
Oh my god.
Is it a
Mega Tatsugiri or regular Tatsugiri? Yeah.
No, it's not a Mega Tatsugiri.
I think
I got my number.
Okay.
In the rain.
Addy,
oh my god.
Actually, Billy, are you there?
All right, so that is a lot of multipliers, but that is a quad resisted move. I still think it's close though to killing, so I'm gonna say 82.
Okay.
You gotta pick somebody else.
Addy, go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's close to killing. I think it's doing 60.
Okay. Alex?
Yeah, the defense on this guy is so low though that I feel like it's close to killing. So I'm giving it 88. I'll go for the highest answer of the group. But all right, Tatsugiri Scarf Standard. I guess we could put the 4 HP on there. Urshifu Mystic, but it's not quite what we're looking for. We're gonna get some edits. 196. for Adamant, and it's got Mystic, and then I need Terra, I need Rain, I need Sword of Ruin, and I think that's everything. And I think I snuck in there on the low side.
I did not get the roll.
Looks
I
like
wasn't
it will
expecting
survive
to kill
usually.
it, but yeah.
Yep,
I came very close.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Honestly, it's funny that it has a chance. It's funny that it even has a chance on a quad resist. But also, we're looking at 68 HP, 60 defense. Like the quad resist is doing all the heavy lifting it can.
Yep.
In theory, if you Terra, I think that means you're dying to a single Surging Strike. I think if you Terra Steel, you're dying. You're not even getting to the other two.
350%.
You're not getting to the other two.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You have a sash though, I guess.
True. I was saying that I think in Champions it'd be cool if a Surging Strikes KOs on the first hit, that the remaining 2 hit the next guy.
No.
I don't think that's a great idea. I think that's
no. It should be Gen 3 mechanics where if the first hit takes a knockout, you actually are forced to switch in your next Pokemon.
To switch in your next Pokemon. No. I'm about to kill all of your Pokemon on turn 1. All right. Billy, Rapha, thank you guys for being on the show this time. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. My laptop is dying, so perfect timing.
And of course, again, Billy, congrats on winning the GC and being 70 points richer, 75 points richer. What is it again?
71. My GC results are really bad this year, so I have a BFL that has 4 on it, so it's 71 points.
Oh, okay. Net 71. Oh, Rapha did actually die. He's gone. So we will not be saying goodbye to Rapha.
We are going to send you over to the finals of a Colorado Premier League Challenge that's going on right now, streamed by Advantage Games. So go check that out. Say hi. Watch the finals of this very hype set. Looks like it's going on right now.
All right, awesome. And yeah, otherwise, lots of good stuff to be talking about next week. Champions and Seattle and stuff like that. So definitely be here next week. Otherwise, everybody have a good rest of your week and peace out, peeps. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that this will be on YouTube tomorrow if you didn't catch the beginning. So yes. All right, later. Bye.